Hello everyone, this is Adike Odeniyi and here on another episode on everything about love. Good to see you again. So let's begin. Okay, there are points in life that okay, let me go through this example. Even the Bible makes us to understand that if you offend someone, go and mend ways with the person. Now, however, if it's not working, try to involve another person. If that is not working, still try your best to involve another person. Now, the point of forgiveness for me is, okay, like recently let me tell you one thing. You can control yourself forgiving people, but you cannot control the way people forgive you. I hope you understand that. You can control, okay, I've forgiven you. I'll not just let you get back at me or get to my heart. That is you. But you cannot control the way another person forgives you. So for me, it's we all have the capability to forgive. But however, if you are thinking, of course, okay, for example, she just has the mind of Christ, she must forgive me. Don't take that as an advantage and keep stabbing. It's like just carrying, imagine something that has life and you just feel, okay, of course, God has said 70 times, 7 times is the number of times I must offend you 24 hours. And you now carry that person, for example, and you now take a knife rather, or a dagger or something and keep stabbing and keep telling the person, God said you must forgive me 70 times. Do you want to actually kill the person? For me, when I get to a point, I realize you are catching fun. Because some people, I bet you, they're just catching fun doing it. I've seen them in my lifetime. I've seen people like that. And when you get to see people like that, in fact, the best thing you can do at that point is guard your heart with all diligence and make sure, even before they offend, I was speaking with someone one day and the person was like, even before you offend me, I've forgiven you. See, set it at that point and try your best to guard your heart. See, everything we are talking about, forgiveness here and love, is about guarding your heart. See, guard that heart with all diligence. It's there in the book of Proverbs. Guard your heart. In loving, guard your heart. In forgiving, guard your heart. In showing love to someone, guide your heart. Because most of the time, I bet you don't expect what you get back. So we all have the ability to forgive. Yes. You see, God is God. And we are human. Now, God created Adam and told Adam, Adam, I'm giving you this garden. But in the garden, there is tree of life there. And there is tree of good and evil. Don't go there. Don't eat the fruit, or else that day you will die. That's what God said. Now, Eve was not there. It was after that God created Eve. Definitely, I want to believe Adam communicated that thing to Eve. I'm going somewhere. Now, when the devil in his cunningness, I'm still going to talk about being cunning later, came to Eve to talk about Eve, Eve fell for the devil, gave Adam the fruit. And when God came to Adam, Adam, why did you do this? Adam was like, God, it's the wife he gave me. Eve, why did you do it? It's the serpent that. Did you observe the fact that God in his mercy could have said, okay, I forgive you. Keep being in the garden, despite your eyes are opened. My dear people, for everything we do, just put it in your mind, there are consequences. God forgave them because, see, I'm sure if God in his awesomeness wanted to hit Adam and Eve back, what would have definitely happened that day was just to make them disappear. He created them, so it doesn't take him anything to make them reappear again. I want you to know that. So God could have as well said, oh yeah, dissolve Adam. Eve, you too, dissolve. Decide to create man again. But however, they faced the consequences. despite God did not measure it to them according to the iniquity or according to what was done. So now, in the awesomeness of God, he forgave them, but they had to serve the punishment. See, I want us to know one thing today. When you keep offending people, or when you just take people for granted, okay, he's God now, he will forgive me. Oh, he has Jesus, she has Jesus, she must forgive me because God said, I like to say that in Yoruba language. Okay, the English language too is like, okay, the sun should not go down on your anger. So the next morning, anger must have gone. Yes, agreed. Good. You have said it right. But however, why do you catch fun making other people angry? Why do you catch fun grieving people? Because they must forgive you. Yes, even if they must forgive you. See, can you remember the Bible passage that says, woe unto the person through which the offense came? So for me, let me go back to the fact that I must forgive you. You must also forgive me. But at the same time, we should not take each other for granted. And even if the human you are dealing with does not have the capacity to deal with you or punish you, remember there's a God that sees you and that sees me. So we should learn to forgive one another. Yes, we must forgive. But however, if I have done something to my brother or my sister and he or she has forgiven me, it is very wrong for me to take that person for granted and go in the same line again to offend that person, or go in the same, thinking he or she must forgive me and keep offending and keep offending. Of course, the person loves you, but I bet you the person does not want to die. The person does not want you because I'm forgiving you. You now give the person heart attack, you give the person heartbreak, the person start going into depression. Do you believe that people go into depression because of pain? Do you know some people don't even have the ability to hold pain? So for me, I think we should just learn to forgive. And as you have forgiven the person, you know, at times let the person know you did this and I've forgiven you. There are some people you cannot meet. There are some people you can't go and meet them to say, this is what you did. So you need to use wisdom. You need to use wisdom and we need to forgive. But however, in forgiving one another, we should not take each other for granted. Please. Thank you.